from relegation to European football. That's what David Moyes has done this season. This is the West Ham 2020/21 Premier League season review. What a season it's been. We will get straight on in with it then. So, the first thing to mention, Dean Garner leaving West Ham back in September 2020. At the start of September, just a few days before the Premier League season started, West Ham announced the departure of academy graduate and highly praised young midfielder Grady Dean Garner to West Brom for £12 million. The response of this move and this departure from the club was not taken well, and the hashtag GSB Out campaign gained more power all over social media and Twitter. And it was not at the right time, but to be honest, it might be looked at as good business now because he hasn't really lit up West Brom very well this season, but make of that what you wish. September 2020, that is where we will start then. And yeah, we didn't start too well, did we? Let's be completely honest with you. We started off in the first game of the season, losing 2-0 at home to Newcastle with goals from Callum Wilson and Jeff Hendrick. Next, we turned our attention to the Carabao Cup, where West Ham were convincing winners 3-0 versus Charlton. Back in the Premier League, the first away game, or the first away game, I should say, was against Arsenal. We were unlucky in this game. We lost 2-1 despite a goal from Mikel Antonio, which forced Arsenal to get a late winner from Eddie Nketiah late on. Moving on, in the third round of the Carabao Cup, we beat Hull 5-1. So we weren't doing too well in the Premier League, but we were getting these wins in the week. And talking of wins in the Premier League, the first one came in the next game. West Ham got their first Premier League points tally on the board in their next game, where we beat Wolves 4-0. This was a surprise, that's for sure. Next, West Ham departed the Carabao Cup in their next game, losing 4-0 to Everton. And after the game, David Sullivan complained on TalkSport of how much money it cost him to get the players to Everton, about £10,000. Make of that what you wish. But we will move on to October then, where West Ham won again in the Premier League, where we were convincing winners yet again, 3-0 over Leicester at the King Power Stadium, which is not an easy thing to do this season, that's for sure. And the next game, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, it finished 3-3, with Spurs going 3-0 up after 15 minutes with help from a Balbuena goal and a Sanchez own goal. We got it back to 3-2, and on the 92nd minute, I do believe, step up Manuel Lanzini, a screamer, and for me the goal of the season, levelled things up, and we scored 3 goals in 10 minutes. Absolutely amazing game that was. Next, we took on the champions that are today. Well, we went a goal up through Mikel Antonio, and then the Manchester City got a goal back, and it ended 1-1. that was decent for us. And then where we had a game of the against the champions at the time, Liverpool, where Pablo Fornals took the lead, but a Liverpool comeback resulted in a 2-1 Liverpool win. November next, just 3 games in November. A dramatic game started November though, with a 1-0 win over Fulham with a late goal from Thomas Souček, and then an even later penalty for Ademola Lookman. We all know what happened now. He tried a Panenka chip and it failed. Get in. Next, a Haller screamer divided the sides at Bramall Lane, resulting in Sheffield United, obviously relegated now, 0, West Ham United 1. Next, a couple of goals from Ogbonna and Bowen was enough to get past Aston Villa 2-1 at the London Stadium. We were just gaining traction now against these beatable sides. Then it kind of stops where we took on Manchester United, and I mean VAR didn't help us here with a few dodgy decisions that turned the game, in my opinion. We lost 3-1 despite scoring first. And then in the next game, it was a Benrahma masterclass. I can't say that often in this season recap, but I can at this precise moment. A Benrahma masterclass was enough to get 3 points at Ellen Road after conceding first against Leeds. Then another pretty decent Sebastian Haller goal, a overhead kick, was only enough to get a point at home to Crystal Palace. This is where form took a little bit of a dip now. We were playing games pretty much every 3 days. I mean, it was a congested fixture schedule as it was, but with around Christmas as well, as always, a few games, that's for sure. Next we took on Chelsea and lost 3-0 disappointingly at Stamford Bridge. And then next, David Moyes' defensive tactics resulted in a 2-2 draw at home to Brighton. Disappointing that game was, and we look back at that now, wishing that that David Moyes just went for it a bit more. A goalless draw followed against Southampton, which saw the surprise inclusion of Big Craig Dawson, and as they say, the rest is history. Moving into 2021, then January, we started off the new calendar year with a 1-0 win over Everton with a late goal from Thomas Souček, which put us up into a Champions League spot in 4th position. Next, our FA Cup campaign started, where it was a bit dodgy, this one, where we beat Stockport 1-0 with a late header from Craig Dawson. We left this late, that's for sure, in not very nice wet and windy conditions at Stockport. Next, a early Antonio goal was enough to split the sides at the London Stadium. Next, where it finished, West Ham United 1, Burnley 0. Goals from Mikel Antonio and Jarrod Bowen saw us get 3 points in our next game versus West Brom, despite a Mateus Pereira goal. Good player, that. Then we turned our attention to the FA Cup, where we beat Doncaster convincingly at the London Stadium 4-0 to put us into the 5th round. A Souček brace helped the Hammers on yet another 3 points away from home. Crystal Palace 2, West Ham United 3. We were just really good on the road this season, especially in this middle stage of the season. A disappointing performance followed, where we lost 3-1 to Liverpool, though, with a consolation from Dawson late on. If only, yet again, we would have just gone for it. Liverpool were there for the taking. But, we move into February, and we move to the inclusion of Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard's debut was a 3-1 win over Aston Villa, my favourite game of the season. Tactical masterclass from Moyes and fantastic team play. Tactical masterclass, as I said, from Moyes, and a brace from Jesse Lingard on his debut. And he had a good season with the Hammers. But next, a late Souček red card dominated the stories in a dull, goalless 0-0 draw away from home versus Fulham. Of course, we know this was now rescinded. One of 2 red cards that got rescinded for West Ham this season. Awful decision from that man, Mike Dean. Next, our FA Cup dreams faded and died when they came to an end in a 1-0 loss away from home at Manchester United. After that, it was an eventful, as we move on into March, it was a pretty eventful game against Arsenal, where we went 3-0 up, and it ended in a draw after that. I look at that game as well. If we would have just held on, we would have still been in that Champions League race. Moving on into April, that was the first game in April, but the second game in April was a 3-2 win over Wolves. This is where we started scoring 3 goals randomly every single game. Jesse Lingard scored a fantastic solo run in this game, and he was really hotting up now. Next was a crucial win in our Champions League hopes at the time over Leicester, with goals from Jesse Lingard and Jarrod Bowen to get us 3 points past our Champions League rivals. Our 3-goal game streak came to an end, where individual errors cost us at St James's Park, where we lost. We had a comeback at the end, but Joe Willock scored to get Newcastle 3 points. Newcastle 3, West Ham United 2. We picked up no points against Chelsea this season, and this was the second game where it finished 1-0 with a goal from Timo Werner. Yeah, he's done nothing all season. Of course, he scores against West Ham. The game also saw a Balbuena red card, which was, later on rescinded a couple of days later. That's 2 for 2. It's laughable. Moving into May then, a fantastic attacking display earlier on in the month saw us win 2-1 over Burnley, and an assist for that man Benrahma getting into the side. Manuel Lanzini inclusion in the central of midfield, and it was a really good performance. Our next game, where our pretty much Champions League hopes faded and died yet again, as we lost to Everton from a goal from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Frustrating, that one. Benrahma scored his first goal for West Ham next. that was only enough to save us and get us a point in that game, and a very vital point as you look at things in the table now. But so happy, a cracking goal for Benrahma to get his first goal for West Ham. Declan Rice missed a penalty early on, but West Ham still got over the line with goals from Souček, Antonio and Ogbonna, where it finished West Ham United 3, West Brom Albion 1 in our penultimate game. And then the game that was yesterday, we secured European football with 10,000 fans back in the stadium. West Ham United 3, Southampton 2. A brace from Fornals and a goal from Declan Rice near the end to seal the deal. Another good performance. But there we go. That is the season review from relegation to European football from 16th to 6th in one season. What a turnaround from David Moyes. Well, whether you put that down to him, the signings, or just the players stepping up, I don't know. Absolutely fantastic. Come on, you lines. Lots of videos coming very, very soon. That is my season recap, going through the season and my thoughts. And I'll be back very, very soon.